FHA SFR Appraising Handbook 4000.1, page 126. Field. Price of prior sale/transfer. Protocol. Report the price of the prior sales or transfers of the subject that occurred within 3 years of the effective date of the appraisal. FHA requires the appraiser to report the dates and prices of prior sales that occurred within 3 years of the effective date of the appraisal. Field. Data sources. Protocol. Identify the data sources used. Field. Effective date of data sources. Protocol. Enter the date the data was published or updated by the source. For example, the local MLS may update their database multiple times during the week or month, whereas property transfers recorded at the local land records office may take 6 or 8 weeks after settlement. The property transfer records may have an effective date that is 8 weeks earlier than the appraisal date, and the MLS data is within 1 week of the appraisal date. The following table provides instructions for completing the summary portion of the sales comparison approach section of the report form. Page 127. Field. Analysis of prior sale or transfer history of subject and comparable properties. Protocol. Report the dates of prior sales or transfers of the subject that occurred within 3 years of the effective date of the appraisal. Report the dates of prior sales or transfers of each comparable that occurred within 3 years of the effective date of the appraisal. FHA specific requirement. Report prior transfers regardless of conveyance type or consideration amount. If the prior transfer or offering is not relevant to the current transaction or offering, explain why. For new construction, include any prior transfers of the land as vacant. If the properties are located in a non-disclosure state, the appraiser is responsible for reporting the information that is reasonably obtainable. Report the analysis of prior sale or transfer history of the subject and comparable properties. The appraiser must evaluate the relevancy of prior transfers to the current sale or offering of the comparable. The appraiser must describe the difference between recent transfers versus the current sale or offering, and the effect on the appraisal problem. The appraiser must provide an analysis of the prior sale or transfer history of the subject property and comparable properties in the report. Simply reporting a transaction is not a sufficient analysis or explanation to the reader. FHA recognizes the limitations of form reports and the UAD format. If multiple prior transactions exist for the same property within 3 years prior to the effective date of the appraisal, the appraiser must analyze and report those prior transactions. Field. Summary of sales comparison approach. Protocol. Explain the comparable section and any necessary explanation of adjustments. Explain any adjustments exceeding guidelines. Explain which comparable sale or sales is/are given most weight or consideration and why. Explain the thought process used to reconcile the range of adjusted sales prices into a single indication of value. The summary should generally reflect on the degree of comparability of each comparable sale to the subject. This may include discussion of the relative size of gross and net adjustments, date of sale, location, design, and other pertinent characteristics. The value indicated by the sales comparison approach must be consistent with the appraiser's reasoning.